This is Hello, this is Copyright CEO here today, and today I'm going to tell you all about vintage Macintoshes and macOS 8, which is a version of the macOS that came out in 1997. Now, this right here that the camera here is looking at is a Power Macintosh 5400/180 titled Everett. I gave him that nickname a while ago for no apparent reason. He's got 48 megs of memory. He's running macOS 8, duh. Has a 256 color, 16-bit color display, meaning 65,536 colors, in an all-in-one unit, built-in speakers, and there's the CD drive, the floppy drive, the adjustment buttons, the power lights. Actually, that little thing down there, the thing above it's a remote is an infrared remote thingy. Now, let's turn them on by pressing the power key on the keyboard. How else? Sometimes this thing takes a while to work. And this Mac here is going to take a few seconds actually to start up. Start up before you even see a happy Mac or anything. So we might have a few minutes of waiting on our hand. But the bong is normally immediate, even though the power keys are not very sensitive and sometimes takes a few presses for it to start. Alright. And I think I can demonstrate some Mac software through this. I'm recording. Yep, there you go. The flickering is actually an artifact of the camera only. In real life, this monitor also looks a lot better. That coughing is just somebody in the background. Ignore that. Dara, you're interrupting me. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that was just somebody else. To be exact, my younger sister. Dara. Yes, her name's Dara. She's 7 years old. And here we have the March of the Icons. And the macOS startup screen. I've got all the extensions loaded for OS 8. And soon it's going to be done. Yep. My desktop background looks different than that. That's just the pattern for the startup screen that I selected. And there. That's my desktop background. It's one of the default ones called Beach on Koh Samui. And as I'm recording this, it is about 12:47 p.m. And the date is the 23rd of November, 2014. And yep, this is macOS 8. Note the menu bar here. And we can learn about this computer to learn more. Here, really, the discoloration is only on the camera. This is actually a good monitor in real life. And it has 48 megs, although with virtual memory on, I've got 50. macOS, actually, 8 doesn't take up that much memory. It's only taking up about 7 megs. Yeah, keep this all in mind later when we go over some applications. And, of course, I have the full complement of control panels and we can learn more about the system by opening the System Profiler, a little application they included with OS 8 and I think 9 that will tell me all about my computer. Yes, customer care code, blah, 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 long series of numbers, machine ID 74, Power Macintosh 5400 series, Finder 8.0, System 8.0. Yeah, you can see all this information about the system. I can get more, but I don't want to bore you. And yeah, there's some control panels we can use. For example, if we go to control panels, one that's a little bit fun to play around with is speech. So I can set a voice, and
I sure like being inside this fancy computer.
Well, more on that later. For now, let's try some other software. Here's like maybe HyperCard over here. Here. This is actually an older version of HyperCard that's only in black and white, even though this is a color screen. It's version 1.2.5, which is a little older than what normally would have been from this era, but it's all I could get. And this is the startup screen for HyperCard that you may have seen before. And I really haven't done that much with HyperCard, but I could open a stack I made called my test stack. For example, we can make noises with HyperCard. If you didn't hear that, I can do it again. Let me just hold this very close to the speaker. And then we can return to this card, which it says is card 1 up there, by clicking the home button or by using these little navigation arrows. See, like that. And I programmed this to say the card number at the top of each card. And this is just a little, and this here is just a little thing that plays noise. And, well, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with HyperCard, and I'm certain to do a video on it later. But also, this Mac has a built-in microphone, which can sometimes be a fun thing to have. For example, if I open Simple Sound, a little application, I can record a new sound. For example, let's try that right now. La 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 la. It's not the world's best microphone, but it should have picked up some of that. If we play it back, we can choose to do this. La 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 la. Yeah, it does play it back. Okay, and we don't need to keep that. And we can show some more our vintage software. Well, Simple Text is just a little mini word processor that comes with Mac OS 8. It doesn't do anything great or anything other than this. I can type in some text. I really can't type with just one hand. So in real life, I don't type this slowly. I'm just having to use one hand to hold the camera. Now, this is what I told you about the voice. Yeah. In a minute, we are going to learn.
Hello. I am the Power Macintosh 5400/180 running Mac OS 8. My name is Everett.
Yeah, I can do that again, because that was just so cool. It can talk. I'll just hold this very close to the speaker. Although you're probably only going to really see the floppy drive in this position here.
Hello. I am the Power Macintosh 5400/180 running Mac OS 8. My name is Everett.
Or my favorite sound file of all these. Let's just open it, and I've saved some. Well, two favorites. One is, is this one, which does the following if I speak it.
Auto self-destruct in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang.
It's not as dramatic as the end, but it's kind of funny, and you can play some pranks on it. For example, if I collapse these document and close the other one, then I can shrink the size of this down to very small, like collapsed it to be very small, and then shade it, and then maybe I can stick it behind this, which is the control strip. It's a macOS feature that allows me to access certain control panels. It's right down there. For example, I can turn Apple Talk on and off. I can control the CD-ROM. I can, if I had file sharing enabled, which I don't, I could use that. I can change the amount of colors. Currently I have thousands of colors on. I can change my screen resolution. I don't actually have a color writer, style writer hooked up. It thinks it does. Or the sound. Yeah, I can change the sound here. Yeah, and I could hide the document behind my control strip. And keep simple text, the application active, and still make it say it, even though nobody would suspect that it was
in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang.
Yep, and yeah, that's one of my, or you could make it say the famous speech the original Mac said in 1984. Or let me just get this thing back up to normal size. Size like that. And yeah, that's about it with simple text. Now time to do some other Mac things. For example, this Apple applet runner that I've just started to run can allow me to open little Java applets, my favorite of which being the molecule viewer, or the tic-tac-toe maybe. Being somebody who's studied chemistry for a long time, I find it very cool to be able to view a three-dimensional molecule on my computer screen. I'm dragging it with my mouse. It's a little slow, but it's still kind of nice. I mean, this is a PowerPC Mac, which is handling it a lot better than most might. Right? And then I can technically could browse the internet. I have Internet Explorer Mac Edition on it, but I don't have it hooked up to a network. I have the Apple script editor. I can run little Apple scripts. It looks a lot like the other one from the newer Mac OS. It hasn't changed much since its introduction in System 7.5. And I have Microsoft Office for the Mac. Like, I have Macintosh Word 98, Mac Excel, Mac PowerPoint, the whole bundle. Yeah. I can also, yeah. And I could play audio CDs here. I do have a CD drive. And another good application that I have is one called funny enough, Eric's Software Sampler. It's a little computerized software game that saved my state from last time. I can learn about it there. That's all about it. We can quit the program. And now, because I'm mostly a PC user, I tried to make the Mac feel as much like a PC to me. Like, I added a My Documents folder to the Apple menu. I added my Applications folder. Well, actually, an alias of it, so that I can read documents. So that I can sort of like the All Programs menu in Windows, and of course, now the way that this hard disk, if you're wondering, is a 1.1 gigabyte hard disk. This guy if I can get its info. Yep, it's 1.1 gigs. I've got about 833 megs free. And yeah, It's where I have all my stuff. Of course, because, well, it's the only hard disk I have. I haven't partitioned it or anything. I know it's a small hard disk by today's standards, but in the 90s was big. And, well, that's mostly it for the tour of macOS. However, one good thing about this version is it came with a very helpful thing called the macOS Info Center, which was actually an HTML thing. That's why it's opening in Internet Explorer 4.5 for the Macintosh, and it's actually on the hard disk. It's not actually browsing the internet, and it has 3 categories: show me what I can do, help me solve a problem, or help me explore the internet. Exploring the internet won't do anything right now because I'm not hooked up to any networks on this computer, but I can, for example, if I do show me what I can do, it'll show me information about that. For example, what's new in the Mac OS? Will show me some screenshots of it. For example, this little screenshot that's supposed to show and then I could click another category to learn more about that. I do not know if this computer has a multi-processor, but it might. Anyways, there's also a built-in help system in the Finder now. For example, I could choose topics, or to learn the topics, or index if I knew what specifically I was going to find, or I could search for something. And, well, that's about it for the Mac OS 8.
Goodbye.
And don't save. I'm going to now, and I think I should, and now that's about time. I should shut down the computer. And I will see you all later. Goodbye. Thanks for being awesome.